What is going down with my YouTube family? It is your boy Zary coming at you today to talk to you a little bit about Dragon Champions. I got a pretty good idea that kind of got my mind rolling last night from Danger X, just to talk about how I am getting my teams ready for Battlegrounds. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first step to forming your teams in Battlegrounds, and that is the leadership ability. So we're going to break down the leaders on my team and how I'm going to prioritize characters for that lead, etc. So, without further ado, if you're just finding me for the first time and you liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, join the family, so you don't miss out on awesome stuff coming your way. And for all you XMG family members out there, you know how it is. You know I love y'all. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support. Keep posting, keep commenting. I got to catch up on my comments. There's a lot of comments. I'm falling behind, but I will get to them. I love y'all. So let's jump into Dragon Champions Battleground Leadership Breakdown for my team. All right, family. So here we are. This is my account. Let me, boom, Boss Zary. That's me. And I still play every single day, still love this game more than ever. And, you know, with the announcement of Battlegrounds coming up, there would be a Battleground, you know, little icon there. You know, obviously we don't have it yet. That's okay. I'd rather have quality over quantity, and that is awesome. So with that being said, what am I doing to prepare myself for Battlegrounds? And you have to make teams for Battlegrounds. You got to have enough teams. Even if it's 1v1, you still got to have enough teams. And you need to look at leaderships and the leadership ability. And how are we going to change that? And I'm just going to talk to you about my leaderships that I plan on using. Then, what I'm going to do is I'll have videos to break down each team. We can talk about runing options, kind of the way I want them to be set up. And we'll go from there. So, you know, the leadership options in this game, we have a total of 17. Well, buff's not available yet, so 16 leaderships. For my account, you know, leaderships are broke down into different things. Now, obviously, Battlegrounds is an extension of PvP. So if the leadership is viable in PvP, it's going to be viable in Battlegrounds. So my first lead, you know, is my PvP team, Slinger. Slinger's my first lead, and if you are running his lead in Arena, he should be a lead for your Battleground team. And if you're not familiar, all allied demons gain 20% of their maximum health every time an ally suffers a critical hit. All allies recover 5% of their turn meter, and demons recover twice the amount. So a couple things that we take away from this is, obviously, you want to pair him with demons. They gain 20% of their max health, increasing survivability. Also, every time they suffer a critical hit, all allies recover 5%. So it doesn't have to be a demon. We know that through, you know, more Doom with him is really, really good. But it gives you some plug-and-play viability. So there is my first lead. Lead 2 for my squad, obviously, Soleus. I mean, Soleus has been meta since the game launched. So he's still going to be a viable lead for Battlegrounds. You're going to want a Soleus-led team for Battlegrounds. Now, the trick with Battlegrounds is, at least when we knew about it, you got to have a team that does well on defense and a team that can do well on offense. You don't want to put, like, all tanks, because you're never going to beat anybody to put that team on defense. To put a team on defense, you have to beat the team that's there. Okay? So, off the bat, you could do that. But as the game progresses, if that team gets beat, you're never going to do that. So you got to have well-rounded teams, and Soleus leadership allows you to do that. Both physical and magical damage for all allies from the order increased by 25%. The counter chance for all allied humans increased by 10%. For each living human in the party, critical chance of allied elves increased by 5%, and potency of pandas increased by 5%. So he allows you to have pretty much plug-and-play viability with anybody. You have order, you have human synergy. The only order characters that aren't included in this are demons. There are some demons that are order. But all in all, he is just, you know, brings a fantastic leadership. So I have 2 of my 6 leads down. I have my Slinger lead, which gives me demons. I have my human team, you know, with Soleus. gives me a little plug-and-play viability. Now, the next one up that I think I would go with here, I'm leaning towards Kinli. Now, the reason I'm leaning towards Kinli, all allied pandas gain 30% of their max health, and pandas recover 5% health for each critical hit dealt and for each buff applied. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Adds a lot of survivability, but I'm torn a little bit because I have Patriarch Chi, right, and his leadership ability. All healing abilities apply a shield to equal 45% of the health healed. All attacks by allies from the order restore their shield by 20% of their magic dealt. He's a great leadership, but he is also going to be a key component to my panda team under a Kinli. So as the series progresses, this is what we're going to look at. We're going to look at Kinli versus Patriarch Chi. You lose Patriarch Chi, you lose a big part of Kinli's viability as a leader, just to kind of give you a tease. But right now I'm leaning towards the Kinli leadership. Next up is General Murdoch. My goblins aren't really anything special at this point, but he is such a good leadership. I have to use him. Using a level 60 goblin team versus a level 60 pride team, I'll smoke them all day with me controlling it. So I have to use this, and this is a team in the back of my mind I'm going to start progressing once I get my pride where I want them to be. So for my fourth leadership, definitely General Murdoch. Even if it is lower, I'm still going to put him in there because his leadership is so good. Upon landing a critical hit, all allied goblins recover 20% of their turn meter and have 50% chance to call a random goblin to assist. Can be triggered once per turn. So just really good leadership, and he will be my fourth. So now we're looking at our fifth and sixth leadership abilities. Now, if I had Zira, and I could get Zira and I could start leveling her up, which I might do because that would take care of my orc team, and that would make my orcs extremely viable, because right now I am torn between Rantha and Tromgar. So what do? Tromgar gives 30% potency tenacity, and all allied orcs recover 5% of their health if I got it to level 6. So, okay, that doesn't sound bad. Then I have Rantha, both physical damage and magical damage of all allied members from the clan. So I could go kind of like a clan mishmash. So this is going to be another video. We're going to break down orc leaderships if you do not have Zera ready to go. Do we want Tromgar? Do we want Rantha? We're going to put them to the test. But if I had to choose right now, because I am working on my pride, I don't want to back off my pride. So Zera right now, leveling her up is out of the question. Now, could I get her to like possibly a General Murdoch phase where level 60, where I just max out her leadership and she dies right away? I could, but she brings so much more to the team. I don't want to lose that. You know, and then for the fifth team, and final, or sixth team, I guess you could say, you have Nightingale, Elves. I don't care for them. Even with Thelaine, I would rather have her as a plug-and-play character versus her leadership. I have a Revol lead here, which isn't bad, and I underrated it. All allies from the Pride gain 30% of their maximum health and a 50% chance to restore one turn of a random ability at the start of their turn. Pretty good. But I think I'm going to go for Hera. And I think I'm going to use the Hera lead. And this is another one. We're going to break down the Pride lead with Revol and the Pride lead with Hera. And as we do this, we're going to go into each character that we want to use. We're going to rune them properly. And then we're going to put them up against the test of the current meta. We might lose a lot, but we're going to get to see how they interact. So, Submission Hold. All Pride allies gain 20% dodge. Allied defenders gain taunt. Pride healers and tacticians gain invisibility. Pride fighters gain a damage increase. So this is definitely where we want to be. And, you know, putting that taunt on Salvador right off the bat is just absolutely phenomenal. So just to recap, obviously, my first team is going to be a Slinger-led team. My second team is going to be a Solius-led team. Third team is going to be a test between Patriarch Chi and Kinli. General Murdoch. Definitely going to use General Murdoch over Major Shot. Rantha versus Tromgar is number 5, and 6 is going to be Revol versus Hera. And that is the way I'm going to break it down so we can see it. And if you want, I can break down Nightingale versus Thelaine if people are really, you know, want to use their elves. I can put a team around Darien if you want to see what we can do with that. I can work with Shadar and Lake, so you guys got to let me know what you'd like to see, but what I'm going to do is kind of show you my perspective and how I'm doing it, and that might help you out. Now, obviously, everybody doesn't have a test account to go in and test them out, but this is something we can do as the game progresses, and we can break down the leaderships. So that is how I'm going to do it. So family, there we are. That is kind of where I'm going to go with this. And I just want to let you know what I'm planning out and kind of how I want to do this. This is the way I'm going to go. You know, start with my teams, and then we can progress into different leaderships. But you got to let me know if this is something you all want to see. Because I'm really going to do this, and I really think it could be beneficial, because we're going to get into team compositions. We're going to get into counters. We're going to get into vulnerabilities. We're going to get into runes. So this is going to be, I think, really beneficial to help people get ready for Battlegrounds, and hopefully that is right around the corner. So that is what I got for everybody today. Again, if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. Join the family so you don't miss out on good stuff coming your way. Again, all the family members out there, I love y'all. More videos to come on this topic. Just want to get a quick one out here before I have to go to work today, because work is back to the office. So I got to start getting back in my routine. Just wanted to get out a quick one here. So let me know what you all think about here. Let me know if there's definitely a leadership you want me to involve into this. But like I said, we're just going to start with my leaderships, break down how I'm going to do things to maybe help somebody out. You don't have to do it this way. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, and as we progress, let's learn and grow together. So that's what I got for everybody. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.